Hey guys, what's up? It's Emma, and today I'm going to be showing you how to look like Chucky from Child's Play. So I went to Spirit Halloween and I got a bottle of blood and a bottle of liquid latex. I also got this palette, which is the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition, and it's just like a full color palette pretty much. Figured it would work perfectly for this. And then I'm just also going to be using concealer and eyeliner. Now I'm really excited for this because I absolutely love the Child's Play movies. Chucky is like my favorite villain ever. And I actually was Chucky for Halloween like 2 years ago, I think. So anyways, just gonna start the tutorial now. First thing I'm gonna do is just outline where the scratches are gonna be on my face. Alright, now I have all the lines placed where the scratches are gonna be. So now I'm just going to take this black color and kind of just like dust it on top of it, just to kind of like blur it a little bit so it's not like a blatant line, if that makes sense. And now I'm just putting in that black eye that he has. Putting the black all underneath my eye and on top of it. You want to look like you just murdered a bunch of people and you've seen some shit. Now don't be afraid to just fucking take that shit off. Like, Chucky is a fucking doll. Dolls are not meant to be alive. They are meant to be playthings. So they don't need to make sense in human qualities. You know what I mean? So you can just make this shit fucking look however the fuck you want. And nobody's gonna question it because you're dressing like a fucking doll. Like, yeah. You know, when I was younger, I don't know, I was like a little kid. I was staying the night at my great aunt's house with my grandma, and they really wanted to watch Child's Play, so they told me to go to bed. But the room that I was sleeping in was pitch black, and I am terrified of the dark, and I don't like sleeping alone, especially in the dark. So I really did not want to sleep in that room. So what I did was I left the room and stood behind the couch that they were sitting on while watching the movie. And I had no idea what kind of movie they were watching. So I decided to just watch it with them, and I didn't say a word because if they knew I was there, obviously they were gonna get mad and put me back in the room, which I didn't want. So I stood quietly, and Chucky goes to murder someone, which is obviously gonna terrify any little kid. So I started freaking out, and they were like, "Emma, we told you to stay in the room." Like, Jesus Christ. I definitely learned my lesson that night. But yeah, my whole family pretty much are all horror fanatics. So I was raised on horror movies to the point where horror movies don't even scare me anymore. Like, the only creepy movies that actually like get to me anymore are alien movies. Like, not just like the movies Alien, you know, like any movie about aliens. Like, I remember watching the movie Signs when I was a little kid, and that shit fucked me up for real. Like, aliens, because I don't know, it's just something about them. Like, serial killers, you know what the fuck they want. They want to fucking kill you. But aliens, like, you have no idea what they want from you. Like, yeah, you hear the stories about people getting abducted and like they get probed and like experimented on medically, but I don't know, I feel like there's more, you know what I mean? Because like, you have no idea how many people might have been abducted and never came back because the aliens murdered them or something. Like, you never know. It's just creepy. So I am going to take a little bit of this dark purple here, and I'm gonna mix it with this pink, and I'm just gonna dust over it again so that it gives it some of that, like, I don't know, bruising effect, I guess. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this liquid latex and basically put it on the edges, like outside of these lines, and then when it gets like almost dry, not completely, but not exactly tacky, I'm gonna start peeling at it to make it look like ripped skin, if I can get the lid open. So if you've never worked with liquid latex before, it smells pretty bad. It's definitely not a pleasant smell. And if you're putting it on your face like I am right now, then you're kind of gonna have to live with it. It's not fun, but it's just something that we have to do when you go all out for a Halloween makeup. So liquid latex dries kind of quickly, so you gotta work a little fast with it. Oh my goodness, it's getting everywhere. And don't be afraid to really like put it on there. Like, it doesn't need to be thick, but it doesn't hurt to make it thick. So another story about my family being total horror fanatics, my great aunt Ange saw the original Halloween when it came out in theaters in the 80s, and she has a really high-pitched voice. So obviously her scream is gonna be pretty high-pitched. And the part where Mike Myers jumps out to kill somebody, she screamed so loud that it threw the lady who was sitting in front of her back out. And my aunt felt so bad, but she couldn't help it. I just think it's so funny though. Alright, let's do this. So I just want to forewarn you guys, liquid latex, if you've never used it before, it does hurt when you peel it, because it sticks to all your baby hairs. Oh my god. It is not the greatest sometimes. And yeah, you could do this look without using liquid latex, but I like using it for stuff like this just because it creates like a barrier and it looks a little more realistic. Cool. cool. Yeah, look at that. See what I mean by like a barrier piece? Like, I don't know. But see, I always have this problem when I do this look where I just make like the latex too far apart. I really tried to like bring it together as close as I could, but it's just not like working out in my favor. Oh my goodness. I just noticed these 2 white dots. That looks funny. My face looks almost plasticky. That's weird. I am a doll. Okay. This is really gonna hurt. I'm gonna start up here. Oh, this is gonna hurt too. Oh my god. So there's a method you can do where instead of like plucking at it, you can just kind of like scrape with it and it won't hurt as badly. Oh my gosh. And then once you get it like to where it's like that, then you can kind of pluck at the edges of it without pulling your skin off. Now, I just want to clarify, I am by no means a professional at this at all. I did not take special effects makeup at all, like classes or like, you know. This is from sheer trial and error. So I just figured out this new method that I didn't like know how to do before. With this side, if you like use the tweezers and push it against the latex, since Chucky has like staples or stitches in his face, that makes the latex fold over and pinch the other part of your skin on the other side of the latex and kind of like smush it together, kind of like a stitch. So that way it looks a little more like your skin is actually being stitched back together. So next I'm going to take the concealer and just kind of like put a little bit on top of the latex to make it look a little more skin colored. So the concealer doesn't make like a huge difference, but it's just one of those little details that kind of like pulls it together in my opinion. You know what I mean? So next I'm going to go in with this coppery color. It's the closest color to like a dark red that's in this palette. So we're just going to kind of go with what we got, you know? Broke bitches, right? You want to be sloppy with this because, again, it's supposed to be gory. And gore is never neat looking. It is always all over the place. And then you can go ahead and put some of that reddish color in the black eye because Chucky gets blood everywhere. So obviously it's not just gonna stay away from his black eye, it's gonna get everywhere. You just want to give it that hint that there is like some dried blood up there. You know what I mean? Just a casual Friday. Doing serial killer doll stuff, you know. Pretty cool, right? And Chucky also has a little bit of red underneath his other eye because he's crazy. So, you know, you just get red circles under your eyes when you're crazy. So next I'm gonna do the stitches, and I'm just gonna do that with this eyeliner. You could go a little further and actually get like a physical thing to make stitches with, but I'm a little too lazy for that right now, so we're just gonna do with what we got. Now remember, Chucky did not get his stitches from a doctor. Chucky did the stitches himself, So your stitches, when you do this look, do not have to look great. Because Chucky's didn't. He's not a doctor, he's a serial killer. See? Messy. But I actually really like these ones. These ones are good. These ones are a little too spaced out for this look, in my opinion. I always mess that part up somehow. But that's okay. Alright, now it's time for my favorite part, blood. Alright, so I'm just going to take the same paintbrush that I used for the liquid latex because I'm not wasting another brush for this. Okay. Now, with the fake blood, you kind of want to just like dab it, because if you wipe at it, then it could mess up all the work you've already done. And you wouldn't want that because you already spent forever on the rest of it. Now you don't want to put a ton of fake blood on because it does get everywhere. It will stain your skin and it's pretty messy. So you only really need a little bit. Like the saying, more is less, or less is more, really applies with fake blood. Because you really only need a little bit. And then you can dab at it with your finger to kind of give it that like smeared effect. And then it really just, here, I'll show you, like, you can just dab it around, and it's so liquidy that it'll just, see, it just moves wherever you want it to. So now that we have the base of Chucky, we're gonna add a little fun to it and just kind of go crazy. You know what I mean? And then just kind of smack yourself around. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my face is gonna be so red tomorrow. I work tomorrow. And they're gonna be like, Emma, why is your face so red? And I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, for some reason, fake blood doesn't really like to sit on top of liquid latex. So you're gonna have that little line, unless you can figure out a way to make it not do that. I have not figured that way out. See, look at my hand, oh my god. So, that line is gonna be there for me.
Hi, I'm Chucky. You wanna play?
Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do this makeup look, then please let me know in the comments. Take a picture of it on Instagram or do a YouTube video recreating it and share it with me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.